Let's go, Brandon. I agree. Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Goddamn right.
Blackout magic!
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
And here we are. Everything is working. Good. Welcome. My name is Ike. This is Switzerland.playit. TAGN, the Angry Game News, every day, Monday through Friday. Not just Monday and Friday. It's 5 days a week. 10 a.m. Eastern here on this channel. The Angry Game News on YouTube, Rumble of course, mainly on Rumble actually, and Kick and Twitch. I just arranged a little bit differently my chats here, so I'm never gonna miss like the other platforms. I separated it from Rumble because Rumble is the main attraction here actually. Because they don't censor me, so far at least. I can say all naughty words if I want to. I have no desire right now, but who knows? Who knows? How are you guys doing? Ahoy everyone, ahoy, ouch my junk. There were a few news the last 24 hours. I tried to pick out the most interesting one, the most overlooked one maybe, and one that is probably not overlooked a lot. It just got published like 10 hours ago the first time as I saw it. It's about Sony and having beef with Tencent pretty much. We come to that right now. In today's show, there's about obesity, but that comes later. Sony sues Tencent over Horizon lookalike. Sony Interactive Entertainment has filed a lawsuit against Tencent over its upcoming game, Light of Motiram. Or Motiram? I don't know. It's Chinese, Tencent, so who knows. With Sony saying it is a slavish clone of the Horizon series. The suit, which was filed on July 25 in California and was seen by GameSpot, sees Sony going after Tencent for copyright and trademark infringement, with Sony demanding a trial by jury. Sony said it's trying to prevent the release of Light of Motiram. Tencent's copying of Horizon is so blatant that the public has described it as crazy, insane, and shameless, Sony said in the lawsuit. SIE further alleged that Tencent came to the company with a pitch to license the Horizon IP, to which SIE declined. Sony said Tencent is deliberately causing numerous game lovers to confuse Light of Motiram as the next game in the Horizon series, by way of Tencent promoting it with a rip-off of Horizon's Alloy character. And I'm gonna mute it, and we're just gonna skip a little bit through here. Oi, Bimo. Without sound, because, I mean, I guess they're not gonna claim copyright.
Wake up.
So that's the character. And I watched the most of it already, of course. And I would say, like, the character is the least that is copied here. The character itself, the design of the characters, of the humans, is like, it's a little bit different. But if you played like the Horizon games, you're gonna see right now why Sony is not very fond of it. Oh, you have elephants, wow. And the whole color scheme is the same too, you know? Like those circles, all the same color brightness and all that stuff. She can ride on a very similar... In Horizon you have those kind of like bullish, like cowish looking mounts there. This is very similar, the face, at least, like the front and all that. And like I said, the whole color scheme is very, very similar. The least similar is really like her facial expression, her like design of the face. It looks more cartoonish and all that. And down in the video description is the link to this article. You can watch the video yourself in full, those 7.5 minutes. You see, even the effects are very similar. Frost effects and all that, you know. It's very, very cloned. Oh yeah, that's definitely copying. And yes, well, because Sony said, like, they came to us and they wanted to license, of course, yeah. It's very clear what they did. They probably produced it already, like, ahead of the time. Like, almost maybe finished, who knows. And then went to Sony. Can we license your Horizon, you know, for, I don't know, for China market? And they said, no, we are good. Thank you. Thank you, Tencent. And they went just, well, we're gonna do it anyway. And they might publish it in China, but even in China, you can, like, sue other companies if they are, like, after your IP and all that. You still can kind of sue them there too. But yes, they want to sue them in the US, at least to prevent them to release it outside of China, you know. But there we are. Sony said Tencent is deliberately causing numerous games lovers to confuse Light of Motiram as the next game of Horizon series, by the way of Tencent promoting it with a rip of Horizon Alloy character. Tencent's conduct has caused and is causing irreparable injury to SIE. The company said Sony is seeking statutory damages up to $115,000 for each separate work in the Horizon franchise infringed. The prices are a little bit low. Usually you go way higher, Sony. What's going on here? But then on the other hand is, what do they mean really by each separate work in the Horizon franchise infringed? Like, is every design of every animal, every robot an infringement? We don't know. They have to find it out, I guess. As well as for Tencent to deliver the SIEs, lawyers, all products and marketing materials bearing what it claims to be or prohibited marks, so Sony's team can destroy them. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult with digital stuff, you know. How I can just claim, yeah, I handed you all the drives with all the software on it, but who knows? You might have it on a cloud, on an external cloud and all that. Light of Martyram remains available to wishlist on Steam, but it has no release date. The game is in development at Polaris Quest, which is a subsidiary of Tencent. Yeah, well, let's see how that's gonna slide or not slide at all. Who knows? I don't even play the game. Does it still have butt stabs? Probably. She has, this female character has also like a staff. Hopefully. Tencent left in their bank account after the lawsuit. Yeah, nah, hard to say, hard to say. How will that work out with like Chinese companies in general, right? Well, we have to wait. And you have to wait a little bit for this upcoming stuff. Twisted Metal 2, Season 2. Star Anthony Mackie is a big fan of these classic games. So the new season is coming up very soon, sort of, and they are like drumming the marketing drums, hitting those drums, and pretend like they are big lovers of retro. I found a dude, he was like, if you buy it and it breaks, I will come to your house and fix it, Mackie said. Old games like that I love. I'm an old pinball head. I really like old school Atari and Nintendo games. I can't get into the new stuff. I'm 45. I'm 45. I'm not that angry. Not sure what he means with that, because you can enjoy even newer games. Depends completely on the games itself. Doesn't matter. But I think he is just faking it just for the marketing here. Just by the phrasing itself, it sounds weird, like old games like that I love. I'm an old pinball head. Okay, I really like old school Atari and Nintendo games. I think he just heard at one point that Atari is the oldest still kind of available and played. And Nintendo, of course, everybody knows Nintendo. But he didn't say which Nintendo, so that's just a little bit suspicious. Wannabe fanboy here. I'm gonna watch the second season just to see if they do a better job. Oh, Godzilla. That does look like a blatant ripoff. It is, absolutely. China started making their game in ancient times. My first console was an Atari. Still have it. I had it. We had it. Our family had it at one point, but we never like even used it. We just found it in a new home when we moved, and it was in the attic. It was just laying there with pretty much nothing around it. Just in a corner, this old console. Weird, but no games, so yeah. That's that. Are you a Mortal Kombat fan, guys? Anybody of you? Well, if you're an Xbox fan and Mortal Kombat fan, now we have some more information about this one. Xbox just leaked Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Legacy Collection's release date. Earlier this year, Digital Eclipse revealed Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which includes Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 4, and more. I think it goes up to 9 or something like that. It's a lot of Mortal Kombat included, for sure. Mainly like the old arcade ones. At the time of this announcement, the studio merely said this collection of arcade classics would debut on at some point this year, but a leak via Xbox app may have given us a release date. Over the weekend, the Xbox app had the collection listed with 29th or 30th September release. Those two dates depend on where in the world you are. I think if it was shown already, I'm pretty confident that's like a leak. Was it intended? Who knows? But if you are on the Xbox app there and are a big Mortal Kombat fan, there you go. Price-wise, I don't remember. Do they tell it here again? I think it was around 30 or 40 bucks, not too expensive, but I might be wrong remembering it. It was fun to break out once or twice a year. The only game to sell more versions than Skyrim. I'm down for a good re-release of Mortal Kombat classics. Yeah, here you have the chance. Keep your eyes open for the end of September there. Ahoy haste. Now, we had this topic the last few days, very often kind of already, but it is now a new development going on here. Might be very interesting, mainly for haste actually right now. Xbox will I mean, not like he have to do this, but might be coming to the rest of the world. Because of fucking UK. Xbox will require age verification beginning in 2026 for the UK. The United Kingdom's Online Safety Act recently went into force, and changes are already being felt across the digital platforms. Microsoft has announced that it will also be implementing the new systems on Xbox to comply, specifically rolling out age verification for users in Britain. That will eventually restrict social features for people under 18 years old. If they will restrict everybody, not only under 18. Because if you're not going to be verified, you're going to fucking not be able to use those things either. Thank you there for the following. Much appreciated. Hiding. Hooding. Pretty much hooding. In a blog post on Xbox Wire, the tech giant announced that it is rolling out new age verification systems in the UK this week. Beginning in 2026, Xbox will restrict social features for non-verified users to just friends. Verified adults will retain the ability to interact with anyone on the platform. Microsoft assured users that no other features, such as buying and playing games, will be restricted based on age verification status. For now, you're telling us that. I am telling you already it's gonna happen sooner or later. Like, yeah, because, you know, we can't show you those old, like, adult games, like, with this violence. And this game has even a nipple showing. Yeah, you have to verify your account. Otherwise, yeah, you're not going to be able to play those either, man. Sorry. We are sorry. We are so sorry. It's going to come, man. It's going to come. And I'm saying, man.
Do not come.
Do not come.
Do not come.
Not in this way. For 20 Micken. Micken? What the fuck is Micken? Maybe Ever Eden has a stroke. Much like other social platforms like Reddit and Discord, Microsoft will also allow users to verify their age through a variety of different means. These include more conventional methods like uploading a government ID and a credit card check. And the credit card check? Or? What do you mean and? What if I don't have a credit card? Am I now required to have credit cards in the UK if I want to do it with a government ID? Or is this article just wrote very badly? Written very badly? Because, you know,
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
I try, man. Shut up, Samuel. As well as more technologically involved methods like age estimation. Estimation is always great, especially when the AI does that. Estimate your stuff. I have to point out, this will become more and more common, like giving AI more and more say in our lives, like estimations of an AI. AIs can't estimate. They are not conscious. They can't estimate like a face. They just can calculate the probabilities. That's not estimation by AI. Because estimation, I would say, that's my opinion, only living beings can do. And if you give like too much out of your power or away of your power to AI more and more, sooner or later you're gonna have like courts with AI estimations of your crimes or of your misdemeanor or whatever. It's gonna get very ugly sooner or later, man. I'm telling you, keep an eye open and don't just let it fly. Speak up. The Online Safety Act, which has been pitched by policymakers focused on protecting children from online harms, as per provisions is in it that require platforms to verify the age of their users if the platforms allow sexually explicit or pornographic material. Blah, blah, blah. And then they go on a little bit more about what we already kind of know. Oh, that's awesome. I love MK3 Ultra. Never played. I think I played pretty much only 1 and 2, and after that I didn't care for Mortal Kombat. Retarded, actually. Welcome again, Eden. Welcome again. I barely classify some humans as living. Well, that sounds like a you problem. Do you know what is coming to the Switch Online? Super NES, Nintendo Switch Online adds Mario Paint. Now you can get like a 35-year-old game for your new Switch. Good deal there. That's why Nintendo is very protective of their IP. They are gonna squeeze more money out of your stuff that you already own, like the original cartridge, but they still want more money. Weird. Mario Paint is now available as part of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Switch Online lineup, Nintendo announced. Here's an overview of the game. Yeah, and you have a video here down in the video description as usual, like I said. The link to the article, you can watch like how they describe the whole Mario Paint experience. I don't know, man. It's like if Microsoft would sell you on Windows 11 kind of like MS Paint from 1995, like the very first versions. Feels cheap. It feels just cheap. Back then that was something amazing, kind of. You can paint on your Super Nintendo. Like great, fine, good, but now you're pretending like it's such an amazing task you fulfilled here for the nostalgia brain dead people. I don't know, man. Feels wrong in some way. Feels very wrong. But yes, how much does it cost us though? Don't you tell us the prices? Not at all. And I have seen the article in multiple places, but I haven't seen any prices. They're gonna ask you at least for $10. At least. Oh no, it's in the online lineup, right? So if you have the subscription, there you go. Free stuff. This topic is not gonna leave us for the moment. itch.io reveals new adult content guidelines following pressure from payment processors. Blah, blah, blah. itch.io has revealed its new adult content guidelines. Now they finally are showing some guidelines, because so far we had like nothing. They just purged the platform, just like delisted everything. You couldn't find shit. you couldn't filter because everything NSFW marked was just gone. Following the de-indexing of all its NSFW content due to pressure from payment processors. And now we have like some details here. The whole list, like what they decides and all that in the article itself. We don't allow hosting content that includes sexualized images of or videos of real-life humans. Fictional, illustrated, and rendered content is generally fine, assuming it's legal. Well, what if the other part is already legal too? Because in many games, they are actors, like real-life human actors. Like in the porn industry, those are actors. They most likely don't enjoy it like to fuck every day like they do in front of the camera, you know? So they are actors. Perfectly legal in most of the global platform here. AI generated imagery that is designed to resemble photographic content of real people is not allowed. That is a very arbitrary like line they are drawing here in the sand, you know? Like fictional illustrated is good, but if it's like AI generated photorealistic stuff, yeah, you're stepping over the line here. That's not allowed. How you decided that and why you decided this in that order? It's still like not real. What does it matter? You Aussies. No, it's not about the Aussies. We talked about that already. Content glorifying sexual violence is not permitted. Depictions of minors presenting or suggested minors in a sexual context are not allowed and will result in an account suspension. I mean, it's still censoring, it's not real, but I am not allowed against that. If that vanishes, whatever, but it's still censoring. I'm not for censoring in general. itch.io goes on to stress that its policy is not an invitation to push the boundaries of what is acceptable and that violations resulting in administrative action are permanent with no option to appeal. Yeah, if you fuck it up and you're not gonna get your stuff back. Depends on if you have money on the platform. If you have a lot of games, your account is like suspended and there goes your career, I guess. The platform also explains that developers who have already collected money for the content that violates these terms may see pending transaction frozen or refunded. The frozen I understand, but refunded? What do you mean? Can you just go to PayPal, to Visa, to MasterCard and tell them, yeah, they violated our stuff, give us the money back? I hope Visa and PayPal might play along, but I hope the other payment processors are like, no, that's not according to our policies. And we talked about Visa yesterday. They are fine with as long as it's legal, supposedly. But who knows, it was just an email return, a reply by the webmaster, whatever that means, right? Have you bought this game, the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League game? I hope not. You might have wasted a lot of money because you can get it now for what, $3-4 still? Let's just check right away. How about that? The empowered Suicide Squad Kills. Oh no, the price has gone up. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of success with that price. It's like $60 on the US store. You're not gonna sell that. If somebody still buys it, brain dead, I'm just saying. Warner Bros. Games is working on another live service game despite Suicide Squad flop. Warner Bros. Games is working on a new live service game despite a high-profile flop of Suicide Squad last year. A new job for the executive producer at WB Games Montreal has been listed, which includes mention of a development from concept to post-launch live operations. And the experience includes deep understanding of the whole game development lifecycle, including live services. While the game itself isn't specified, it will be a high-quality AAA game based on one of the iconic IPs from the vast Warner Bros. And DC Comics catalog. And it goes on about the history, what happened with the Suicide Squad, and it was not very well received, and it mentions also the Gotham Knights game, which looks like fine from the outside visually, but also very stiff game, very lame game. I have it, I installed it, I tried it, I couldn't get past 2 hours of gameplay. It was just so boring and so lame designed, and the gameplay mainly. Very, very frustrating. Haven't wasted money on it because I got it pretty much in a humble bundle back then. But yes, they are doing now another live service game. We don't know the details at all. We don't know when it will come out. They are searching for an executive manager to manage the whole thing here. Live service games. Once more, a big flop incoming. I don't know. I'm not looking too forward to that, but it seems like they are trying not to learn. Like, what is appealing to people, they are not trying to learn at all. Weird. Suicide Squad is gay. I'm okay with the movies, kind of. I don't mind them. I'm not gonna pay for them, but it is what it is, right? You know what it is? The world is ending, I'm telling you. When fat 9-year-old kids are the future, well, I think we are in the end times. Which is weird because this him guy who wrote this article words it the same way. Celebrities are being forced to play Mario Kart with a Rizzler now. They are being forced, yeah. What? Otherwise you're gonna get butt fucked if you don't play with the Rizzler? Mario Kart? Just weird. And that's a nice screenshot. Maybe he was the whole time like in this mood. That's the Rizzler, 9 years old, and chunky boy, man, he's fat. He's just fat. If it goes this way, if it keeps it up this way, this little guy, he's gonna lose a leg or two. Just saying. Harley Quinn will kill Superman with a kryptonite dildo in the next one. It sounds like you wants to see that. Godzilla. A bunch of very famous actors and celebrities were forced by their agents to play Mario Kart World with the Rizzler, a super popular online star, while visiting San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. This is just how stuff works now. I don't know if that's the real future. I don't hope, to be honest. We don't need like to exploit pretty much 9-year-old kids for fame, whatever that means in today's time, right? It is weird to me, like to use the little kid, make him maybe even fatter just because everybody knows his fat face now. I didn't know about the Rizzler. I heard today the first time and saw him today the first time. And it's obvious why, because he's only 9 years old, so how famous can he really be? I think he will go like, he will vanish probably, unless his dad exploits him more, abuses him more for more fame, who knows. In the year of our Lord 2025, the biggest and most famous people on the planet aren't talented musicians or skilled actors. Instead, the kings of pop culture today are random people who went viral on TikTok and were able to grow that virality into an empire. Has the Rizzler an empire? I had never heard of the Rizzler empire, just saying. But I might hear it sooner or later in the Swiss news, maybe. If you want your new movie or TV show to succeed, these are the gatekeepers you must appease. You must appease the Rizzler, man. Appease the Rizzler. Oh, so stupid. And one of the most famous of these viral stars is a young kid known online as the Rizzler. That's why a 9-year-old from New Jersey was the guest of honor at a Nintendo event hosted by Variety during SDCC. I think Nintendo and Variety are abusing this boy there. In many ways. Who knows, maybe his dad not paying attention. During the past weekend, people, myself included, him there, the article writer, spotted numerous clips and images of celebrities like Alison Brie, Dave Franco, David Desmalkian, Michael C. Hall, Norman Reedus, and Nathan Fillion playing Mario Kart World on Switch against the Rizzler. In most of the clips and photos, the Rizzler is seen winning and celebrating his victories. Sometimes the celebrities appear to be into the game. Most of the time they seemed confused as to why they were playing Mario Kart World with a kid as part of their press tour. I'd be confused too. Yeah, why am I playing like against this little boy? I don't know, have any idea why he's there and why he's my boss now all of a sudden. Weird times. Reactions online about the Rizzler playing Mario Kart World with big stars were all over the place, with some congratulating the celebs for finally meeting a real big shot, others joking about how absurd the situation is, and others still believing that this was a sign of the end. Him said that too. We only hear of the diddler. No, I try to avoid all of those hearings. I'm so glad they're doing a Make-A-Wish for all these unfortunate actors. It must be an honor meeting such a legend, posted one person on Instagram. I don't usually trash kids, but this Rizzler motherfucker is like a horseman of the apocalypse, said a different user on social media site Blue Sky. Well, that's a based statement on Blue Sky, kind of. I'm surprised. This isn't the first time the Rizzler, who became extremely famous after appearing with the Costco guys on TikTok, has promoted Nintendo games. Earlier this year, he and his dad created a bizarre video ad for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD for the Nintendo Switch that is either a hyperware piece of satire mocking sponsored content, or is just the most unnatural attempt at hanging out if I've seen in a long time. I guess we can watch it kind of together. It's not very long. Just to see that stuff like that made him famous. It's just
like this one the best. So can I eat this? I can eat this taco then?
No, it's toxic.
It's what?
Toxic.
Oh, toxic. What does that mean?
Because that's why it runs out.
He must have been here like, I don't know, 5, 6 years old.
And it will
and he has grown and he'll become fatter. So that kid should invest in a pool and fill it with Ozempic. What? I don't think Ozempic works like that.
25 hours.
25 hours? What am I going to do for 25 hours? What the hell was that? You just farted?
I mean, that's like a little clip of the sharing a moment together, I guess. Like the farts made it probably very famous at that point. Farts are funny for many people, I guess, sure. But yes, now it feels like they're abusing like the kid. And hopefully the kid will understand what is happening sooner or later, and not getting like abused in that matter or manner rather. Anyway, I can't wait to vote for the Rizzler in the future presidential election, likely against some streamer who played Dark Souls for 53 days straight while eating Doritos or something. That would be an achievement, man. This all seems good and healthy and not a sign that everything is collapsing around us. A monoculture dies and is replaced with the algorithm. I don't know why him has somewhat based statements here, but he still claims him. Why? What is wrong with you? Yeah, there's the Riddler. He has grown in height, but also like width. I'm not looking forward to in his career, man. He has to change. His dad has to pay attention, and I hope his dad doesn't want him to get more unhealthy. I don't have anything against fat people, but it might be an issue, you know. If you're just too fat, it might be a health issue, and I don't want to see him like being 20 and like 400 pounds. Same height as me, 6 foot, right? And already on the brink of death. Just saying. I wouldn't want to see that. Yep, just so kidding. Farts are fun. Maybe. I'm not a big farts fan, just saying. Nathan Fillion, like, what the fuck happened to my career? Nathan was like the Disney guy, right? I don't, or was that Nathan? I don't care. I don't care. If you're the actor, you're just gonna act that you're like happy, I guess, for your press tour. Seeing fat kids is sad. Maybe. It's more sad if the fat kid is gonna get fatter and dies. It would be sad if you were a grown man and can't see your own dick. True. That's not a problem I have. Giggity. Ioneo just announced the world's first flip dual-screen Android handheld for 3DS games, and I'm more excited about it than the Windows version. So Ioneo has shown us this thing here, and we have no prizes, unfortunately. I'm just weirdly healed by it, kind of, you know. I would love to have it, but I bet it's gonna be like $300-400. Ioneo just unveiled a bunch of new gaming handhelds and PC tech, including the world's first Android clamshell portable for 3DS games. Which is weird in general, claiming that, you know. You know why? Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't have like a 3DS cartridge slot in it. Just saying, how are you gonna play, like, in most cases, in most nations, that thing legally your 3DS games? For sure not in Italy, right? If you show that in Italy, some games on it, and you're a YouTuber, you might get into jail. Who knows? As a certified Flip DS stan, I'm hyped to see the company still has dual-screen consoles on its packet agenda. But this one could resolve my biggest issue with the original Windows device. Dubbed the Neo Pocket DS, the new 3DS-inspired handheld is set to debut at China Joy 2025 at Qualcomm's Snapdragon booth. And those are not the cheapest CPUs and GPUs, SoC, system on a chip devices by Qualcomm stuff. I assume at least it's going to be $350. Dual screen, probably more like in the range actually of $500 and upwards. The company's CEO, Arthur Zhang, provides a pretty good look at the clamshell in a new 2025-2026 strategy sharing session, revealing something that looked like a 3DS on steroids. It might be like underpowered for other tasks, but like overpowered for 3DS and overpriced probably. I like the design so far, like what I see in this one picture here. But yes, I don't see more use out of it, to be honest. Maybe it is powerful enough to play like other old retro stuff, like up to probably PS2 games, emulators. So yeah, there you go. Oh, I just wanted to include this hardware news here, because I know I have some retro fans in my chat. Small wiener, I fought in your general direction, Ike. You do that and I'm gonna slap you, you know, with some black girl magic.
Black girl magic!
Somehow. Have you waited for that, everybody? Have you waited for that? Gremlins 3 is waiting for Steven Spielberg's approval, according to one of the original stars. After 35 years, they've come up with a script. Also, what I just spotted today, maybe because I'm a little bit tired, as usual, but today more than usual, actually. The titles of those articles are like not correctly like formatted. That should be all uppercase in the title. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Anyhow. Earlier this year, Warner Bros. Announced that the new Gremlins movie was in the works, and it seems like it might move forward sooner than we thought. According to one of the original stars, Zach Galligan, the film has finished script, and they are just waiting for Steven Spielberg's approval. After 35 years, they've come up with a script. Warner Bros. Is incredibly interested in doing it. Apparently, it's waiting on Mr. Spielberg to read it and approve it. He told the audience at Comic-Con Manchester last week via TikTok. Why do you tell it via TikTok? What the fuck? Sorry. Galligan said that fans can thank this development to the box office success of last year's Beetlejuice. I haven't seen this new one. I actually watched like the original again after whatever, how many years, 2 weeks ago. It's like, whatever, man. I'm not gonna pretend like nostalgia is getting me. I'm not gonna do that. But it has success, whatever. The Legacy sequel starring Jenna Ortega saw Michael Keaton returning as Beetlejuice almost 40 years after Tim Burton's original film. With another IP turning into great success, a Minecraft movie, Warner Bros. Is looking to develop more movies around other iconic properties, including Gremlins 3 and a sequel to The Goonies. Yeah, The Goonies, a sequel to The Goonies will come. Many hope more if you do something with The Goonies. Maybe a good remake. A sequel? I don't know about The Goonies sequel. I think The Goonies, just leave it alone. I see in The Gremlins a bigger opportunity for a sequel. Or in this case, a threequel. How they call it. Just because... Do Gremlins grow? Will Gizmo get older, or is he going to stay in that state he is or was in the first two movies? I don't remember if I ever heard like anything about him getting bigger and older and all that. So I see like the opportunity there to make something new, like the kids of what was the name of Zach's character in the movie. He has kids now of his own, maybe grandkids, because he's pretty old, right? They are discovering Gizmo and something horrible going wrong. People gonna get killed by Gremlins once more. Lol, it will be PC. Political correct? Yeah, probably. We're super excited about Amblin developing with Chris Columbus new entries in the Gremlins and Goonies franchises. Warner Bros. Picture Chairman CEO Pam Abdi told Deadline last April. Gremlins 3 has been in the works quite a long time, with Galligan and Harry Potter director Chris Columbus being the most vocal figures in the project. The new movie is meant to be a sequel, not a reboot, with Columbus saying in 2017 that he had been aggressively working on a twisted and dark script with writer Carl Ellsworth. In 2022, Columbus said that they would not be using CGI for the Gremlins, but rather traditional puppet and animatronics. And just like in Aliens Earth, I think that's a great approach. Like, you could make something great with animatronics, puppets and all that. It just looks different. And you have the opportunities with better materials today to make more lifelike and maybe even save more money instead of doing everything CGI, because those CGI artists are not cheap these days. Just saying. CGI was used a long time because it was cheaper than to do like all those animatronics, but I don't know, maybe we see like kind of a reverse to old school practical effects, which I appreciate actually. Oh, EFB. Gremlins hang out with the Riddler. Don't give them ideas. They might include the Riddler in the Gremlins. Maybe like a horror movie, like a darker horror movie. The Riddler versus the Gremlins, like Gremlins 4, something like that. Who knows? If Phoebe Kate doesn't make a cameo, we riot. I don't care who plays it, as long as it's good, really. But every Eden is gonna riot, all by herself. According to the latest update, Spielberg has to give the final approval to the script. Not only approval, he still hasn't read it, it seems. If he does and everything moves swiftly, filming could start as soon as next year, and we could be looking at a 2027 release date for the threequel. Gremlins and Gremlins, the new batch, are streaming now on Amazon Prime. For more, check out our list of the most exciting upcoming movies in 2025 and beyond. Yes, that's the cartoon. As far as I remember, I've seen like the first 2 episodes on the flight back here to Switzerland, actually. And yes, it looks okay. It's not like super amazing, but I should keep watching it, actually. Well, are you excited for Gremlins 3? Like, a guy who had big success with Harry Potter and all that, does practical effects, and is approaching it like aggressively, how they tell us in this article. He might do something good. He might do a good threequel, a third part here. Who knows? If it's not gonna be woke and DI infused and infiltrated and fucked up, yeah, an army of me. An army of me. I don't think you're an army. Well, guys, it was a difficult show for me. I haven't slept, actually, really. Maybe an hour. I'm not sure if I was awake or asleep. Since yesterday, actually. Haven't streamed 24 hours, but for some reason, something bugged me. I couldn't sleep. But I thank you for being around. I hope you got something out of my news show, as usual. Hopefully you remember stuff. Hopefully you decided to buy or avoid something because of my informations I brought to you, to your attention. Every day, Monday through Friday on this channel, Switzerland.playit, I present you the angry game news, TAGN, circling around video games hardware, movies, shows, and all those things. And today it was about the Riddler. The Riddler, the new upcoming TikTok superstar that every actor is striving to reach his height there. I hope this boy is not gonna get abused and exploited more. I hope he gets like his weight under control. We don't need to see a 20-year-old just die because of being famous for farts and being fat. Just saying. Thank you for being around, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day. My name is Ike. That was Switzerland.playit with TAGN. 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Here. Switzerland.playit, YouTube, Rumble, Kick and Twitch. Take care. Bye bye.
Very nice.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
Why are you gay?